Oh, sitting here dressed like a French student. Sippers, welcome to this episode of the Tea With Me podcast with moi. Je m'appelle Shane Todd. Je habite Ireland du Nord avec ma copains. Ireland du Nord? NordVPN, nice tie-in. Yeah, nice link. Before we do the ads, because I know people love the ads, we are doing Tea With Me live in London. Dan, when is that?
May 26th.
May 26th. Is that Saturday? Friday. It's a Friday. My guests are William Thompson and Kieran Bartlett in London, for God's sake. Come down to that. It's in Islington Town Hall. We'll put the link in the description.
Islington Assembly Hall. We've been calling it Town Hall for
Is it Assembly Hall, so you have to sit on your bums and all?
There's little bleachers out.
Yeah, on wee benches. And then some guy comes and gives a talk on drugs and you're like, oh, fuck off. We're doing that. I my tour tickets are on. I bought a domain, right? I bought ShaneToddTickets.com. We talked about it on here before. Then I bought ShaneToddComedy.com. And then I started this wee listings thing with all my tour dates, and I tried to redirect ShaneToddComedy.com to that. But ShaneToddComedy.com, last time I checked, was just the old template, which is for like a motivational coach. So I don't want to say go to ShaneToddComedy.com, and everyone's like, what? The image is a guy rock climbing, and it's like, come to my online business course. So I don't know what that website is, but I'm just saying I'm on tour. I'm doing everywhere. Australia is selling out like hot dicks. It's wild. There's all different shows and all if you like that. See if you like shows and all, head over there to the internet and get some coupons. We're sponsored by NordVPN. A virtual private network as a service to protect your internet connection and privacy online. It shields your IP address and it shields it properly, not like that wee weird guy from 300, if you remember him. Remember the wee freak guy couldn't lift the shield? I hated him. He mugged them. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. He took the Xerxes through a back entrance and they hit Leonidas and the boys. That wee rat, that wee weird guy. Because they wouldn't let him be a Spartan because he's a wee dick. But NordVPN, wee dicks, they are the top of the game when it comes to VPNs. If you're listening to podcasts online, if you're doing anything online, you want to be protected. If you're listening to podcasts on public Wi-Fi, make sure that you're the only one listening. Whoa, I read that from the reading. That scared me a wee bit. People can snoop at what you're doing. They can break into your network and spy on your data and fucking kiss your dad. Unless you encrypt it with NordVPN first. Take your cybersecurity to the next level with their threat protection feature. You can access this from anywhere. Don't miss your favourite content from home when you're travelling abroad. That's the extra wee dimension to it. It works on Mac, iOS, CFAX. I don't know. You grab your exclusive NordVPN deal by going to nordvpn.com/teawithme and get a huge discount off your NordVPN plan. Link is in the description. We're also sponsored by Manscaped. Dan dropped on me just for this episode. They have a new product. It is the weed... Guys, fuck me, it's here. I near spilt my tea. We've been going around with the Weed Whacker for a long time now. Everyone's delighted with the Weed Whacker. That's for your nose and ear hair. I famously said when we first got sent one, I'm okay, I don't have nose and ear hair, and I gave it to Mike, and then a month later I developed it, and I don't know if that's Manscaped getting that hair into me somehow, but I love the Weed Whacker. So am I right in saying that the time's here for the Weed Whacker 2.0? Jesus Christ. A lot of companies would have went 1.5, went that Weed Whacker and a half. But not Manscaped, they're doubling. 7,000 RPM motorized motor. 7,000. Dan, is that 7,000 RPMs?
Yeah.
You get that in a rally car, wouldn't you?
Not sure you even would.
Well, who does the Weed Whacker think it is? Get ready for this reference. Colin McRae? An improved steel blade system that upgrades the cutting performance from their first generation to better whack your weeds. Plus it comes with skin safe technology, which helps reduce nicks, snags and tugs, who sound like three guys in a street gang in Compton. Oh, dude, they've arrested Nick, Snags, and Tugs. They got our boys. Stay strong. The Weed Whacker 2.0 is cordless, rechargeable, and has a battery of up to 45 minutes of runtime if you're the BFG or something. Manscaped.com, use code TVWithMe for 20% off and free shipping. You know by now, that's just an example of the fact I've added more products to the portfolio. Guys, my guest this week is a returning favourite. He's been on the pod a load of times, but I've never had him alone. Weird. He is one half of the Whiskey and White podcast. He is a professional boxer. He is coming straight from the barber, so no doubt he's lined up. He is the one and only Tommy McCarthy. Do you believe that thing that if you swallow chewing gum, it takes 7 years to...
Sticks to your puddings.
Sticks to what?
My granny used to say.
Sticks to your what?
Stick to your puddings.
Your puddings?
Your insides. I think puddings is actually also Scots for stomach.
For your guts?
But
So I have Crohn's disease, so I would say I have...
yeah, don't be dabbling in it.
I have bad puddings.
Your puddings are fucking chromed out.
I am chromed out, like... You're lined up.
Lined up. Thanks very much for noticing. Well, no, I told you before.
We talked about that. I would have known because we talked about this last time you were on. You
Yeah.
messaged me and said, "Listen, I'll be a wee bit later. I'm going to barbers. I gotta get lined up."
Yeah.
Can I be honest? See, a couple of weeks ago, I got lined up
Did you?
by mistake. Coco was so I go
Coco
Coco.
was getting
Right.
out of lane.
Coco, I don't know what was happening, but Coco proper lined me up to the point where it was my normal cut, and then I caught a side reflection of myself, and I was like,
Jesus.
I hope I don't run into Tommy because this could be a problem. Like, you know what I mean? If I'm
Listen,
proper
no,
lined up,
everyone deserves a good.
it's cultural
line-up,
appropriation.
you know
I
what
was
I mean?
proper lined up.
Listen, the waves are the lanes are getting blurred. You know the weight barbers are lining people up now.
Yeah.
Fades.
Yeah.
All that shit.
I get lined up, you get a quiff.
I would love to that. See, if I had weight hair, I would have the haircut that you have, like.
Would you?
Because my good friend Mark Kennedy has that haircut. And I
Right.
was go fuck. That's why I would rock it.
See, the thing with quiff, you try and go
Lot of
away from
effort.
it, and then you always come back to it.
Yeah.
I try and I go, Coco, cut it all short. I want it all down at the front. I want it all different, and then
back
the
and sides.
the quiff keeps bringing you back. Keeps bringing you back.
It looks like a lot of effort. Like my mate, with the hair, fucking
The powder?
spray and all that shit.
Everyone's into the powder.
Powder.
Yeah.
Well, no.
But could you straighten your hair?
Yeah, like I might have said this the last time. I've always had long hair from I was a kid.
Yeah.
So I've had fucking braids, fucking cane rolls, dreadlocks, everything afro.
Yeah.
But when I used to get my hair braided, like my aunties would do it, or my cousins, they would wash it out and then blow dry it and then almost like straighten it. No, just to make it
Yeah.
more manageable. No.
Yeah. But if you like,
But it wouldn't be like flowing like
no,
yours.
but say it was like,
Couldn't be going like
say,
that.
say you straightened it. Is it something like how long would it stay like that for? Like, is it like if
just
you went
till it
out,
gets wet.
but like if you went out on a night out and straightened it up, could you make it? Would it still look sweet, or would it be like the lights come on in the bar at closing time and you're like, no?
To be honest, I couldn't say because I've never done it, but
Right.
I know that, with afro hair, if like a girl gets a perm or a boy gets a perm, once it gets wet,
Yeah.
it's
What
ruined.
boys are getting
I
perms?
don't know. It's 2023, so
Rick
everyone's
James
doing it,
run the
you know what I mean? So once afro hair is straightened, once it gets wet, then it's curly again.
Right. That's why you see a lot of black guys with umbrellas.
All the guys, all the black guys in Hollywood are gonna have to have a meeting with the community. There actually is a lot of minorities in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Like as I was driving through the town, I'm seeing people from all backgrounds.
Yeah.
Fuck, am I in London?
Yeah.
Is this the real Hollywood?
But you know what the common denominator is? All rich. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. No one cares about the ethnicity.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like,
just-
how much do you make per annum? You're in.
You're
This
in.
is where you live.
Is this where rich people go to settle?
No, I don't think people move to Hollywood. I think you're just from
Born
Hollywood.
into it?
Yes. I don't think people... What? Some people do probably, but like, I don't know. It's like, I think you have to be born into it. I don't think you could ever make enough money to buy a house here. You know what I mean? I can't. I had to move out. To stay here, it's like treading water. Like you gotta. Thanks, Tony.
Thank you.
Thank you, mate.
Nah, well,
Where would you, if you had to leave Belfast, and where would you move to? Say you got put.
definitely not Hollywood.
Say you got-
You can't afford to stay in it. I have no chance.
Say you got put out, but they were really dead on about it and went, "We'll give you £1 million."
£1 million.
Yeah, they come to your door and they go, "You have to fucking get out," but they go, "We're giving you 100 grand a
I'm
year."
about round umbrellas every day. No, where would I go?
Well, you have loads of family in London. Would you go over
Yeah.
there or you stay here?
Well,
Can I tell you
is
something?
London, is $1 million even enough to stay in London?
Can I tell you something someone said to me in London the first time I went over?
Go.
So when I started gigging over there, I did my first gig when I was about 19 or something, and I was all scared and all, you know, just because of like the tube
They're
and
all
stuff.
stabbing each other.
Well, that too, but like more about the tube. Like the train, I didn't know where to go and all.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, just jump off a bank and then jump on the central line." And all. And I was like,
Fuck, all
just
over
I
the
just
place,
want to
yeah.
go to the place I need to go. And I was standing waiting on a train, and a guy came up, like middle-aged guy, came with a handlebar moustache. I can picture it now, a blonde moustache, came up to me, and I thought he wanted directions. And I was taking my headphones out to go, I'm not from here. And I took my headphone out, and the guy said, "What parent did you get that top lip from?" And I have
Get
thought
the
about it
fuck outta
every
here,
day
Hulk
since.
Hogan, you mob ass.
No, but I still think about that every day because I do have an unreal top lip.
Who did you get it from?
God,
So, what were parents?
this is Cupid's bow, mate. I do have a great
so
top
it's
lip.
anybody?
I do
So
have a
your mummy and daddy's not claiming it?
Yeah, Cupid's bow, Johnny bow. But yeah, it was just I always thought about that.
Yeah. Well, London, when Tyrone was fighting in the Golden Contract, and loads of us all went to watch, and afterwards we went out for like partying, and Padraig McCrory was with me and my cousins and all, and we went to a nightclub, and he was so scared. That's why I said, because we're all stabbing each other. He was going, "Tell me where we're going." I said, "Just relax, fuck's sake, you'll be alright. It's fucking, you may as well be in Belfast, because no everyone was
Yes.
over for the fights." He's like, I just don't want to get stabbed.
Yeah.
Then we went up to the nightclub, and the bouncer was like, "You alright, ID?" Padraig, "I just don't want to get stabbed. I just don't want to get stabbed." He said it about 1 million times. He's like, "Padraig, no one is gonna stab you."
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
like-
also being from Belfast and being scared to go out in a different city is
Yeah.
mental.
I know, because people automatically outside of Belfast just think you're a
Yeah.
maniac anyway.
If I'd seen Top Boy before I went, I wouldn't have gone.
Yeah, I think,
The
well,
first
Top
time.
Boy was like the trending show at the time.
Yes,
so
I
think
love Top
Padraig-
Boy. Do you like
This
it?
is great, yeah, brilliant. So like Top Boy is based in like round Hackney,
Yes.
and that's where most of my family live. So
Now, do you remember the guy in Top Boy who he used to always talk? He's kind of sounds. Yeah, this real deep voice, and he would be like, "You need to go see Sugar."
yeah,
Do you know that guy? Like
yeah.
really scary. You need to go see Sugar.
Sugar.
Yeah, and he was
Popping
also
up in the back of
he had like dark eye,
Yeah.
and he was just really scary.
what a scary guy.
Me and Dave Ellie were on a night out in London doing a gig and went out after, and this guy Elliot we were with, friend of a friend. Do you know Anthony Boyle, who's an actor he's from West Belfast? Huge
Aye,
actor,
Anto,
brilliant
yeah.
actor. Yeah. He's mates with this guy who had written for Top Boy, and he got chatting to me and Dave, and we were like, "We love Top Boy," and I was like, I had to stop myself doing like a voice, right? Because I was like, we always talk about get the food, right? And I don't know if I can do that, but cut that out if I can.
What was that? Get the feet?
Get the food, right?
I thought, are you the Liverpool gang or?
You get the food. You know the guy. That's what they say all the time. People are like, where you?
Shit, I thought you were an actor.
No. People go, where you go, fam? I go, I get the food. Right? Oh.
I've never
Right.
heard
Right.
one.
Let's be serious.
But anyway,
Right. Let's
get
cast. No.
back
Let's cast
to-
this. Let's cast this. Right. You're a casting agent.
Okay.
I want to be in Top Boy.
All right.
Right. Which, just for the kickoff, I might not get a role. Right. But I don't care about anything. I think I'm that good an actor. I can get a role.
So Shane, can we hear where's the food from?
Yeah. You've given me permission to do this. Okay. Maybe you say.
No, look, Shane, that's not really casting gods.
It's okay. Where's the food, fam? You got the food?
There's no need for every ad lib at the end.
Where the food? You bring the food, guys?
Sorry, Shane. No, we're actually looking at going in another direction.
Okay, my man.
Yeah, we'll, don't phone us, we'll phone you.
Alright, brethren. You got the food?
That's bad.
I love Top Boy. Anyway, me and Dave say. That's my only line in it, but I'm in it all the time.
Fuck me.
You smell the feet. But oh yeah, right. So that's thing. So me and Dave don't really get out a lot. We're not big drinkers, but we've done a good gig in London. This maybe like 9 months ago or something, and we're drunk. We were with this guy, and he goes, it was funny enough. He basically says to us in a roundabout way, in the new series of Top Boy, there might be like an Irish gang. Right? He hints at it.
Yeah.
He goes, can't tell you too much. And I said, me and Dave, I was like, we genuinely
in.
like, we would like to be in it. And he goes, right. And he was with a girl who's a director. And I said, if you would use like, tell us if you think we'd be good for it. And they were
Don't
like,
tell
yeah,
me
yeah.
start going, "Brr, brr."
I swear to God, the guy goes, pretend you're an Irish gang. And me and Dave, we were walking from one bar to another, and me and Dave went, no worries. And we started doing that voice. And the guy, like, the girl wasn't laughing, and the guy was like, and me and Dave were deadly serious. And then the morning
Are you
after,
guys comedians?
yeah, the morning after, Dave went, why do we not do our own voices for that?
So
They
you're
were like, be an
definitely
Irish
not
gang.
in.
And I was like, we're from Ireland, get the beat. But that guy, but sorry, the reason I tell this is that guy me and Dave said, we love that guy who says, sugar. Like, we love that guy.
So you get emptied in there.
Yep. And he goes, he's my best mate. And I said, what? He goes, he was at my wedding. And I said, I never asked you to do this, but we would love to get like a video message from him just saying like, Shane and Dave, like, you know, what's happening? Will I play it?
If you want.
I'll see if I still have it. Dave. So the night goes on, and he goes, I don't know, that guy's like, you know, he's quite a private guy. Like, he normally wouldn't kind of do stuff like that. November 2022. I wonder, was that this year?
Did you send him a video of you going?
No, thank God. No. I'll text Dave.
Brian Badundy.
I'm playing Badondy. So I'm I'm part of the Badondy gang. Get the bird. Pop boy. I'll show you a video. It is. Tony's getting good at that, isn't he? Wee tea lady. Wearing his wee penny. I'm supposed to be going to see Elton John tonight, but my kids aren't well, so
you give
we
me
might
a
not.
ticket?
Huh?
Is that what you're doing? Giving me your ticket?
I'm scalping tickets. That was my first ever concert, Elton John.
Was it?
Yep.
Was it good? When?
Fucking unreal. Do you know why it was so good? Because I just seen Lion King, and I didn't care about it. Like, my ma took me, and then he started doing Can You Feel the Love Tonight and Circle of Life, and I lost my mind. I was in the middle of the mosh pit.
Elton!
It was at Stormont. It was outdoor, and it was lovely.
When was this?
Oh, 96 or something off the top of my head. What was your first ever concert?
50 Cent. 2004 was he
In
here?
Ulster Hall?
No, in the Odyssey. It was the second time, because the first time he came was at Ulster Hall, I think, and he threw out all dollar bills with his face on it.
Right.
Because I remember I was in school, my teacher went, and he had the fucking thing up on the wall.
Right.
And when I was in first year, I was like, fuck, you didn't know what they said.
That's a gangster move from a
I know.
teacher, like.
And then when he came back, right, we went. But you had to be over 16 to go, like into the standing. But I was 14, so I was buzzing. Fuck, I got in, didn't even get asked for ID or anything.
Yeah.
And then it was unreal. It's one of the best concerts. I suppose the first.
You're 14?
Yeah.
At those gigs, there's always an unbelievable support lineup.
Yeah, so this one was unreal because it was 50 Cent, all at G Unit.
Yeah.
Fucking Lloyd Banks, Young Buck.
Tony Yeo, or was he
I think
inside?
he was in jail, I think.
He was in McGalbury?
Yeah, I think he was up in D-Wing. And then Mace.
Yes.
He just signed Mace to G Unit, so he come out. Mob Deep, all fucking
Mace, I only knew really Welcome Back.
yeah.
And then I heard,
We start going back the way.
but what's that other Mace song? I listen to it all the time now.
Him and Biggie, more money, more problems.
No, it's just Mace.
Bad boy.
No.
Bad,
By the way, I'm going like this.
Boy. I know. None of them sound like it.
That might be it. You make me feel so good. You know,
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And who's the other one? Mob Deep.
Mob Deep and friggin'
Was there ever a Shook Ones Part 1? Because I only know Shook Ones Part 2.
yeah.
There's a Part 1.
Mob Deep is like, see, for me being like a real hip hop head, I was loving it then because these were all like friggin' like my guys I was listening to. You would never thought would come to like the Odyssey. You have to love the Odyssey coming here and getting built because it's just brought so many big acts here.
There was a guy I went to school with who was a year below me who said his dad owned it. You know, he just joined the school and he went, my dad, way one from Hollywood, and he goes, he's like, any concerts, and he was just trying to fit in. He was the first year. He goes, any concerts anybody wants to go to, tell me, or if you like an artist, I'll get my dad to book them in. He's lying. Like,
what do you say? Get me 2 Alton front row.
I'd love to be front row. I'm row 19 at Elton.
I sent Alton to be DM.
So that
Alton would have a brilliant podcast here. We would love to get you home.
We're mental. We're 10 out of 10 mental.
Listen, you have to fucking cast the net.
Why not give it a go? Do you know about my Snoop Dogg Jamie story?
Who's Jamie?
Exactly. Over COVID, I was DMing people because you could get them on Zoom, and I was just going for anybody that I liked, and I was copy and pasting a message, right? You know, just being like, here's what the podcast is, we'd love to have you on. But I was changing the first name, you know, hi,
Snoop,
whoever.
blah, 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 hey, Alton.
But I just messaged Jamie Foxx beforehand.
Did he?
So I messaged Snoop Dogg and was like, what's up, Jamie?
Oh,
would you come and do it? How disrespectful would that seem, just calling him Jamie? Like, I was like, you come do a podcast. He never got back.
Didn't get back, did he? I was fucking...
Who else have you, like, reached for the stars with? Because I messaged Elton John too.
Snoop Dogg, Elton John.
I heard with Snoop, I heard you could have got him, but you would have to pay a lot of money to get him on.
That's what I heard as well.
Because he's like $1,000 for a meet and greet for like a hello.
$1,200 to go to meet him before the concert. I was at the concert. It was brilliant. But
I heard people were smoking marijuana at that. Is that true?
No comment. See, I'm not a toot. I look like a toot.
Well, if I was there, let me see, during the hosepipe ban, I got 4 people put inside. Like.
Over there.
Yeah.
No, it was
I
a
forwarded
brilliant
on
concert.
drone footage to the PSN.
Listen, lads,
might be
search your
interested.
man out. But now, see, Snoop was, when we started the podcast, episode 1, I was like, listen, we want Snoop. Because my wife had got me Snoop Dogg things. That's my favourite rapper of all time.
Yes.
And so the concert was meant to be before COVID, and then it got cancelled.
Same with Elton, mate.
Was that before COVID as well?
Yeah,
so you've been waiting, sitting pretty, waiting.
I've been waiting for Elton for 5 years.
So that's it was like me with Snoop, and then it get put on and put back again and put back and put back. But so I sent him a fucking DM, and then on his Instagram was like a thing, a number.
Right.
So I text the fucking American number, start getting messages from O2. You've went over your international tariff.
So the only thing that stopped you getting Snoop was credit.
No, fuck it.
No
Well,
pay as you
I
go.
sent it, and then I sent his wife a fucking email. Sent fucking people, just anyone.
Right.
Sent our lab. He's fucking in the music. I said, can you get in contact with Snoop's people? Just tried, pulled out every step, and then at the concert, at the end of it, I was like, right, let me just fucking hang back here, see any of the team straggling a bit. And I seen this fella walking past, and he had like a big accreditation, and it was gold. And it's me, fuck, he obviously is part of the team. It's not like a normal fucking thing. So I look, I says, "Hey, mate, here, are you part of the camp, part of Snoop's camp?" And he says, "Yeah, man, yeah." And I says, "What it is, mate? You know, we've got to do a podcast. It's pretty popular, you know, and we've been trying to get Snoop."
Yeah.
He was like,
We've had Shane Todd.
Alright. That is when one of my wee messages when I mailed it. Recent guests has been Shane Todd, Jimmy Nesbitt, and John Connors.
Snoop's gonna see that and go, Todd's been on.
A word, Todd. Price just went up. But so I got up there, my mom was like, I think he thought it was kind of bullshitting him, and then he says, I've heard that he's not got money, but like we haven't got any, but we can get him, you know, the best weed the Belfast has to offer. And he's like, alright, that'll do it. But that's bullshit, the guy.
Yeah,
Can't get weed. Professional boxer, for fuck's sake. And I was like, hey man, take my Instagram with the exchange details. I was like, fuck, I text her on, listen, get fucking ready. Snoop's coming on tomorrow. Phone Sean loves me, Sean, clear the schedule, Sean. And then I said, so when are you leaving? She says, your mom was like, I'm not sure, man. And then talking to me a bit more, and he's like, we're leaving first thing in the morning. I was like, oh fuck, it's no good to anyone.
Snoop's coming up at 6 a.m.
Listen, I need the fucking clear the schedule.
He can do a continental breakfast, like he can just lift it and then quick do the grab and go. Now let me ask you this: as a pro boxer, say Snoop comes on the podcast, and you know he's got the weed, you know you might or might not
Want
get
to
him some
indulge?
weed,
You have to.
but he goes, come on man, you want to hit it?
100%.
But then will you not get
%.
stop being a
I'm
boxer?
I'm willing to take the hit.
The board will strike you off.
I don't know.
I don't know how.
Yeah,
it works.
I'll take the ban. And then
What would the ban be?
I think the ban's like 6 months or something. But it's not that bad.
Just rest, mate.
Yeah, listen, man. Fucking
Like if
got an
I,
injury.
like if I done the pod with Elton and he offers me not weed,
I'm married, but
that's for Patreon. That's for Patreon.
but no, fucking like I would do it because I seen Mike Tyson saying his biggest regret ever was not smoking weed with Tupac. It's like Tupac offered him thing, but he's boxing and everything, he couldn't do it.
But is it? So UFC fighters can smoke weed, is that right?
No, well, there's so many different rules and ways around it, but out of competition, I think recreational drugs, you know, I don't know if
Poppers.
they're allowed, but they're like poppers or you know, the other recreational.
Imagine you go up to
things.
Snoop's guy. I can get this guy the best poppers in the streets here.
Shane's got the connection. They came all the way from Hollywood. No, but I think recreational drugs are okay out of competition.
Right.
In competition, like you're fucked on obviously any performance enhancers or game over. But the ban, I think it's 6 months, and then it depends on many times. The first offense, I think it's 6 months, and then
Yes.
another one, it gets worse and worse.
What percentage of
Worser and
people do
worser.
you think spoof when they say things like, "Oh, I didn't check a label on this," or "I thought this was this"? Are 4 and 5 people telling the truth, or like Conor Ben? He said he had too many eggs, didn't he?
Yeah. Well,
How many eggs is too many eggs?
exactly.
No. How many eggs is too many eggs? In one sitting?
In one sitting. I don't
Can I be honest? 3?
Yeah, 3 is like pushing it.
Yeah.
That
Many
is
say
pushing it.
that's an aggressive breakfast order when he shows up.
Big thing. Yeah, mate, get a scramble and a fried and a
Gives-
fucking boiled and a
gives-
poached.
Get a fry, but hold the
of
bacon
each.
sausage bread and give me 17 eggs.
Like, see, when it comes to sport, I think in general, everyone is doping. Like Lance Armstrong, like the guy. I remember when we were juniors boxing, and we used to have a sports psychologist come in. And he's like, Lance Armstrong done this, and like about the mentality. But then it turned out he was juicing, and then they had to go right back to like 25th place or something because everyone else was juicing.
Right.
And then in boxing, if you look at the top 10 heavyweights, out of the top 10 heavyweights, I think like 3 of them haven't been caught doping. Anthony Joshua's the only one out of the elite heavyweights who hasn't been caught doping. So they're all at it, and it's just that I think that's a reason why Irish professional boxing is so far behind the UK, because in the amateurs, like,
We can't get the dope.
they can't. Nobody knows. No one knows what dope to take. Like people go fucking, hey, get a fucking joint. Nobody knows what is in performance enhancing, how to take it. There's like
Inject that Calpol,
You know
bro.
what I mean? They're fucking. I'm on the fucking ibuprofen. But like nobody knows here. There's no head's not there.
He's
Where
just a fella. He's
Like-
just some guy, like.
I don't know any Irish fighters who are using
Yes.
performance enhancing. I've never been offered performance enhancing, but like in England and in America
Yeah,
and in
yeah.
Eastern Europe, like there's guys who specialize and look, we're going to give you this much, the dosage, the masking agents and all that shit.
Yes.
So if you look at amateur boxing, Ireland is like top 10 in the world, top 5 in the world, amateurs. Nobody can get near us.
I know.
And then when we turn pro, everyone's fucking beating their bollocks in.
Yeah.
All these cunts who never boxed amateur, next thing the legs are kind of around. Like,
he hasn't done what we've done.
He hasn't paid his dues in Ulster Hall. Do you know what I mean? But
These fake bitches. I fight him.
You don't want it.
I won't fight him.
You want up your egg, don't you? But I remember when Conor Benn first turned pro, it was like, fuck it, poor kid, he hasn't got it. And then just next thing, he was fucking dynamite. And
Yeah.
I've even tweeted, I was going, he's the most improved boxer I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Emptying everyone, he's world class all of a sudden. And then next thing, he
This guy's
fails
either-
2 dope tests.
this
And then
guy's
he's
either-
trying to...
He's either doping or he's empty in the hen house. Like.
Yeah, and do you know what? See that egg thing? He didn't even say it.
Right.
There was the WBC come out and says, we suspect it's because of too many eggs. But I think Conor Ben's come out and said he's a vegan. It's like,
See, if I'm him, I go,
it's mental.
it is the eggs, I'm mental for it.
I know I go, fuck me, that's red.
Yeah, yeah.
It's getting egg sandwiches. Breakfast, lunch and dinner. But I did. Sport is just riddled with it.
Well, if you see with UFC fighters, like people I know that do MMA, out of competition, like I maybe said too many M's there. I maybe said MMA. Massive
Ma.
mixed martial arts. See the way those guys outside of competition can smoke weed, take mushrooms.
Who is it? Shame
do
name and
whatever.
shame them. Who's the
I
mushroom?
can't in case they kick the shit out of me.
No,
But
no,
but they're allowed. So
Yeah.
what I'm asking is if the rules in boxing were different, is that something out of camp you would do?
Well, not really. See, like in terms of like weed in it, I've never like enjoyed the feeling of being stoned. Like the only time, obviously, when I was a kid, I would experimented, not loads of times, once, or twice, maybe
doubled.
3 times, right? And then I just never liked the feeling, and when I go to Jamaica, then I would have a couple of smokes, but just because it's like when in Rome.
Yes.
You're not in Rome, you're in Jamaica.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
but you know what I mean? And then, like, it's not something that I like the feeling of.
Yes.
And then I've never took any E's or anything, or
Yeah.
like
Same.
mushrooms or fucking heroin.
I think
but-
I'd be into the idea of mushrooms. Imagine if you were like, I haven't done anything, right? Just bar heroin. I'd have the odd bit of heroin, like, you know.
mushrooms. I was
like the
always
idea.
like the idea of it, and then somebody told me if you take a mushroom, it never leaves your system. So you could be driving down the road 10 years later, and next thing, fuck,
Hey,
you're having.
That feels like it's not. What it was Paddy McDonald told you that.
No, it was a friend of mine. It was a friend, but it's not even like solid information. It's just my
Yes.
mate saying, "Hey, fucking apparently, like it don't leave your system."
Yes.
And I'm going, I don't even want to take that chance. No, like driving
Yeah,
driving up to Hollywood, and then
Yeah.
then you're in a car crash. And
Yes.
So
I like the idea of mushrooms, I think, but
I would love to try out DMT, what Rogan always talks about.
no, what is that, a hallucinogenic?
No, it's like ayahuasca or whatever.
Oh, that's
And
totally that. I hate the idea because you bulk. You go and people are like, I know, but you're never you heal all this stuff in your
Yeah, it sounds
past. And all.
good. I
know, but
would like to try it.
you're bulking now.
And some fellow back, like, hey, we've got low that ayahuasca. I don't think that's the right ayahuasca. I'll pass.
Yeah, you don't want to be doing ayahuasca and Lena doing like.
No, definitely not in the flats.
I have a retreat.
Just stand there.
That's a close, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but if I was ever, the right settings, I would definitely
Yes.
give it a go.
Because I wonder, do like when you retire from any sport, and then you have the opportunity to try stuff like that, and you don't have to watch what you drink and that kind of thing. Do people just go a bit overboard because
Go
you've been
mental.
denied it for so long?
Yeah.
But I guess if the thing you do is weed, then that's not a bad thing.
Well, the weed's not for me. My vice is alcohol. Not that I'm an alcoholic. I feel like I've been. Hi guys,
Your
I'm Tommy
vice is-
McCarthy, and
Booze up.
Yeah, booze up. Win or lose, we're on the booze. But
What's
drink
your-
responsibly. Like I've
What's your tipple?
rum and coke or brandy and coke and
Yes.
Guinness. Do you know what? I'm one of them guys who'll drink anything. Like,
Right.
but I love Guinness.
Can
love
I
brandy
recommend
and
some?
coke. I love Ran Nephew and
You love what?
Ran Nephew rum. It's like Jamaican rum, but it's all
I
like,
genuinely thought you said my red nephew.
My-
I was
my
like,
red
alright,
nephew.
shout out to him.
it's like see, I never drank as a teenager or anything like that
Right.
because obviously I was chasing the dream. So I worked in a bar, and then when I got to like 18, then they were like, no, did you ever work in a bar before?
Yeah, I
So
worked in
no-
a restaurant that had a bar,
Yeah.
so you
you know at the end of the night they all sit after and have a drink.
Yes, we did that. Yeah.
So like I started working there when I was 15. I used to sit on, but I never drank.
Yeah.
But then when I got to 18, I'm like, right, mom, I get you a pint. So it was like a wee old man's bar.
Yes.
So everyone drank Guinness and brandy. So that was my drinking. Guinness, I liked it. Both of them were great. Guinness, brandy, and ginger ale. So then that's why I started drinking. They oh fuck's sake, you're like a wee old
Like an
man.
old
But
man
it's
start,
just
yep.
who schooled me. And then at my family parties, like Jamaican people or Caribbean people, they just drink rum all the time. So
Yes.
always drinking Ran Nephew, and it's so strong, like it's overproof rum, but it's just even the smell of it just takes me back to good times, and,
Yes.
and then you end up having more good times. You know, like,
See when I see like on Instagram, if you're like over in London or you're with your family and it's a big gathering sort of stuff, I go, I'd like that atmosphere.
yeah,
I like that vibe.
my
I like the
family
way
are
everybody's
good vibes
dressed.
people, like even like my
Just looks like always like fun. Like it looks
Yeah.
like everyone's always having
it's
fun.
a fun. My family is a fun family.
What would be like the typical Jamaican culture in terms of is it mostly about family? It's obviously a lot about
I
music.
don't know,
as well.
like see my family, or on my mummy's side, are all like a big church family. So my granny and my granddad's like a pastor in a Pentecostal church. I might have told this before.
No, I
And
don't think so.
so all my aunties and my cousins all grew up in the church. All my aunties are all born again. Loads of my cousins are born again. So the church, I think, has kind of kept the family like tight because
Yes.
you know when things get hard, everyone turns to God, don't they? Or,
Right.
and that that upbringing, and so it's mad. You meet people that don't even know their cousins, and like
Yes, yeah,
like Tyrone has loads of cousins and he doesn't even know all their names.
Right.
Whereas like I'm tight with all my cousins. I think it's as well all like they're all sisters, so I think all my aunties, my granny and grandad had like 8 girls and 1 boy.
Right.
And I think people are closer to their mummy side. So, like sisters helping each other, minding the kids and all. So,
Yes.
like if it had have been like 8 boys, I don't think the cousins would have knew each other too much
Right.
the way they are. So all my cousins are almost like siblings, and I'm an only child, so I have bounced around
Yeah.
everyone. So
Because I remember Paddy saying when he did London with you, brought you over, and you did the show. There was, I think you were talking about in the podcast. There was loads of your family there.
Yeah,
and
they
he was like,
all
the
came
atmosphere
round.
was brilliant.
yeah, it was brilliant. It was brilliant. Like, so
I
I'm
want to
fortunate to have a sound family.
talk about Whiskey and White Live. You did the Devonish
Yeah.
live in front of hundreds of people. We done that room together with the. What's it feel about? It was the Devonish shows, wasn't
It
it?
was a Christmas
Yeah.
extravaganza.
So, I remember doing our first pod live and being very nervous because you just do it like this. It's all very controlled. No
Yeah.
audience. So, how did you feel doing it to like a packed out
Well,
place?
I felt okay. Like I was up for it, and like was excited for it. Tyrone was friggin' a bundle of nerves. Like he was shitting himself all week, and then that day he was just really anxious.
Yes.
And then once he got up, he was okay. He said, but he had a couple of drinks before, and then
Right.
like he was getting nervous, so he'd having a wee drink, and he was like, "Fuck, having another one, and having another one."
Right.
So he got himself to a nice, like tipsy level
Yes,
to
yes.
deal with it. So he said the next time he doesn't think he's gonna even bother drinking because
I wouldn't.
It's not the unknown. Like everyone's just scared of stuff. With
Yes.
going, but it was brilliant, and the crowd was ready and all, and everyone had a good time. So we're definitely gonna do another one again.
before I ask you more about it, the tipple I was going to recommend: rum and Dr Pepper with ice.
Yeah. The tipple that I have to recommend, which is my new favourite drink now, Dragon Claw whiskey. Unbelievable.
Chris has been on here.
He's from
In
around
fact,
here, I know.
We'll have it there. We're not
Do you?
opening it in case. Yeah, I've got a bottle of it.
Let's see.
Unopened. Do
What
you not
one
believe me?
have? No, well, I can't see it.
I know,
Oh, there it is,
but
there it is.
surely if I tell you I have it, that'll be enough.
No.
Have you been scarred of people pretending to have Dragon
Yeah.
Claw before?
Yeah.
Here, it's here. I can't lift it. It's too heavy for my hand.
So Dragon Claw's actually sponsoring our podcast.
Yes.
And then Chris Wallaguy,
Very
superstar
cool.
tattooist.
Have you seen his motor?
Yeah.
See, he
The
flies
Mustang?
about Hollywood in like what I would call like a very cool hillbilly truck.
You lost out to him. He's the coolest man in Hollywood. He won a competition. I don't know if it was the coolest man in Northern Ireland
sorry.
or the coolest man in Hollywood, but he
There
won
was
it.
no, yeah, but there's no coolest man in Hollywood competition.
Maybe it was NI, but he won it.
I wouldn't care about the coolest man then. If we're talking about the coolest man in Hollywood,
I think it was.
it's this freaking guy right here.
Would you lost? You freaking
I
lost.
I
Shane.
couldn't. I'm the coolest guy in Hollywood.
So people say
Well,
otherwise.
look, I can do this.
Chris is official. He's official.
Chris can't do it.
But
Chris
he
is very cool.
He won
I'm
it.
not cool
He
at
won
all.
that thing. But oh, it's great. The Dragon Claw's great. He gave us because there's all different editions. So there's one. I forget what the first one is. Then there's one finished in Jamaican rum casks, and then one finished in the Tennessee sherry casks. Well, it's absolutely great.
Have you had people ask to do the podcast and then you're like, no, we can't?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? As in, like, have you been offered?
It's like fuck's
Have you
sake,
been
Shane
offered-
Todd keeps asking. Fuck's sake.
Have you been offered anybody that sings in public?
Nah. Do you know when we first started?
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Of course. But I didn't know who he was before. Like when we first started like maybe like 2 episodes in. So the first two guests was Paddy McDonald and then Paggy Lee.
Yep.
So we're like, fuck, who we're gonna get next? Somebody's like, we'll get your man. Is he someone who shall not be named on the show?
I think people would know who
I don't know.
I'm talking
I don't
about.
want. Well, your
I don't
man
wanna get all
anyway.
shook up if
Okay,
I mention
right. But we're like, we'll get him on. I went, who the fuck's that? And then they're going, fuck, do you not know him? And he's like, hey, fucking, I think he's big on TikTok and
Yeah.
doing all this shit. And I was like, fuck, I don't know, but I don't want to get somebody on who I don't know.
Yeah.
Who's like, not
Yeah, you
doesn't
don't.
have a good story. Like,
Yeah, you don't want to get somebody on for the sake of it, or if you
Yeah.
don't like what to do. Like, we got asked to do this podcast at a festival thing, right? Like a local
yeah.
industry type thing, and they went, "Oh, you could get," and it was could be like a YouTuber, like a girl who's YouTuber from here who like probably has 20 times the following that this
Anyone
podcast
else?
or I have, and they were like, "She's huge. She has these numbers."
What are you gonna talk about?
Exactly. I was like, I know, but I don't think we'd have much. I don't doubt she'd be a
I think
great
I know who
podcast
you're
guest.
talking about because
Right.
I don't forget her name. I don't know it, but at the beginning, we still are at the beginning. But when we were trying to, like think of guests,
Yes.
I was just going to see who had big followings
Yeah,
in
she
Belfast.
is huge.
I went, fuck, look at this. But someone was like, what are we gonna talk about?
But I
He's there ringing. Hold on, we'll answer right.
who is it?
Tyrone.
Put him on speaker.
Hello.
Hello, what are you on?
I'm on tea with me here. We're recording live.
Alright, sorry.
Say hello. Say hello to Sugar Shane.
What's happening?
Tyrone.
What's happening, Sugar Shane?
Tyrone.
Yes.
The cardigan from the live podcast. Would you be open to selling that?
That's his
Do you like
favourite.
it?
Huh?
Do you like it?
I like it. I don't know. I would love to have it because I miss my granda.
Right, scumbag, she's get back there talking shit.
Alright, well, don't be selling it. A lot of people, he get dogs abuse.
Oh, man was rocking the Jerry Adams
They were
shake.
going,
Like,
what the fuck?
it looked like a Jerry Adams.
It
It looked like a
As-
Jerry Adams.
Paddy come out and that's the first thing he says, fucking Jerry Adams sitting on the sofa.
Looked like Jerry had done a collab with Urban Outfitters. Tyrone, I actually think the way Tyrone dress is very cool. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I like about the way Tyrone dress? He don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
He's
it's
just like,
just-
this is what I'm wearing, and he rocks it. Like,
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. The girl, Tyrone was going, what are we going to talk about? Like, fuck's sake.
but what I mean,
So
yeah,
we want interesting people to come on who have a wee bit of something to
A
talk
link
about.
to use or,
Not
like-
even, just
like-
something interesting.
like she. Don't get me wrong. Like, I know nothing about her. Like, she could well be a brilliant podcast guest, but it was describing to this person running the thing that it would be a way better podcast with a comedian.
Yeah, someone
you,
who you could talk
Tyrone.
to, yeah.
It like just someone that you
Yeah.
already have a bit of a link with or something.
Yeah, that's like what I found out. I want someone who either I'm interested in or Tyrone's interested in.
Yeah.
So it's like you're into the conversation. You don't want to be sitting there going, so Shane.
You've got a film coming out and all that. Like, I worry about if we got bigger name guests on this, say from the UK or something. Do you lose a bit of? Do you lose a bit of connection with the audience? Is it?
I don't know. But I think, like, if you could, it depends what they're like. If they're
Yeah.
a diva or something.
Can we talk about? We can't have two divas in the studio. Can we? That's why me and Elton could have done the podcast. Be two old dears just tearing strips off each other. Can we talk about this? When I did Whiskey and White, you were talking about getting offered something that was on the night of the live podcast, and I said, do the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Can you talk about that and how did
go
that
ahead.
end up?
So, what happened? Tyrone was out with Kneecap, and the guy who was, I think he wrote the film. He says, "Listen, I would love you and Tommy to be in this movie. I've got a part for the both of you
Is it in the Kneecap film?
in the Kneecap."
Ah,
Yeah.
right. I didn't know it was that.
So he says, "If I've got this part for you, I would love you to, like, it's made for it's like a duo fucking blah blah blah." So Tom was like, "You up for it?" And I says, "Aye." So they sent the scripts, sent everything, and
This is a
went-
big movie,
I know.
like big film.
And then we went and had a meeting with this guy, and he was like-
He's director or
I
something.
don't know if he's
producer
a
or something.
director or a writer.
Right.
Can't remember, but he was like, so this is like gave us everything what was going on and what the budget is and who's gonna be in it and all this shit. He says, so this is the guy you're gonna be acting with. Here's his audition tape. He goes, this it was a brilliant audition. He says, so you two, Tyrone, you've acted a wee bit before. You're doing stand up now. The role's yours. You don't have to audition. He's like, fucking the high we're in.
Playing heavies, wasn't it?
And
Like,
yeah, and then so everything was all good, and then they started sending the dates and stuff. So one of my really good friends was getting married on the 23rd, and I says, "Is there any dates?" This is before they sent us what the filming was.
Yeah.
Is there any dates that you can't do? And I says, the 23rd of March, my friends get married. He says, right, we'll come back then. And says the 23rd is actually one of the dates that we need filming. And they kept going, it's a big A-list actor, and like they didn't, as if they hadn't already told me who it was.
right.
And we can only work around him and all. And would you be willing to forego the wedding? And I says yes. And then so the ball kept rolling, and then they emailed me and says, we see you're doing a live podcast on the 24th. That's also another date. Would you be able to change the podcast? And I says, no. Could we just shoot on a different day? And I went, hold on, well, let's check. And then we went to the Devonley Center, and I says, look, we're going to be in a film with, here we go, Michael Fassbender. Could you change it? And I went, nah, we can't change it. And then so me and Tyrone had a discussion about what we're going to do, and I went, you know what? Forget about it. Like, we're trying to build our own thing. Like, Michael Fassbender, brilliant opportunity, but, let's think about the bigger picture. Like, we're going to be in a wee scene with him. You don't even know, like, how it's going to work out. So let's just focus on ourselves and build this, and this opportunity will come back round.
Suppose as well, they're not guaranteed to use that scene.
I know.
They might go, oh, I didn't make the final cut.
Yeah. So it was like, it was a difficult decision. And then when you come on and we told you about, you were like, listen, just change the podcast, just change the show. And we were close
my
to doing
rationale was, it wasn't like the day before,
it. Yeah.
right? And I thought, the people who are coming to see you are fans of
Yeah,
yours.
they would go to the next date.
Yeah, who would love to, if they knew you got offered that, they would be like, you just have to do that
Yeah.
and we'll do it this date. But I totally get, there's there's reasons
my,
for doing
my
it.
thing was like, you know, we're going all in with this podcast, so like we're not gonna like bend over for
for
Fassbender.
Fassbender.
You know what I mean?
Aye.
We're not gonna
Aye.
fast bend for the bend.
If I knew he needed someone to bend,
You would be out.
I'd be grabbing my
Do you know
toes.
what? Though? Like, see when I dug my head in, because we went and got the costume fitting and everything, and it was all, everything was rolling, and then I says, look, we can't change this, and I went, right, we're gonna see if we can do it different day. And I went, see, Tom, we stuck to our guns, we're still gonna get it, and then they come back and says, sorry, we're gonna have to recast.
They got me and Dave Elliott.
Good luck. Did they? They
No.
should have.
No, to play heavies. I show up. What's one of the lines or something? Or like, what do you have to do?
What was the line? We're part of the RAAD, or what was it? Something, an organization against drugs.
Right.
We're part of the
Yeah.
RRAAD.
Yes.
And then it was something like that. And there was the main guy. See, do you know what? See the script? I just scroll over the script. You know, I'm like, I don't read the script. Script reads me.
Yeah.
So-
Imagine me showing up at your door. We're coming to get you. We're part
Come
of
on.
this. Yeah.
Hey, put your seatbelt on. But
This-
no,
it would
but you know
sound
what?
way sexual if I went, put this blindfold on. Like, it wouldn't sound hard. Well,
Bend over.
different hard.
Why? But no, I'm actually. See, after the show, it was such a success.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm
Well, that's
glad-
okay.
I'm
If at the
glad
end
that
of
we
it
done
you were at peace with it, then
Yeah.
that's the main thing. Like.
But it was a difficult decision. The fucking
I
turn
audition.
your back, because it's like
Yeah.
he's such an A-list celebrity.
I audition all the time. I auditioned last week for something. Auditioned this morning for something.
Did he?
Yeah.
Why do you want to go and be an actor now? Or?
I'd like to do a wee bit of it.
Yeah.
If I can. I'm trying to do it, but I don't know if I'm good at it. But I didn't audition. The audition last week. What was last week? Oh, yeah, I can't say. Last week was... Oh, here's why I don't think I'll get the one I auditioned for last week. The
You're going
role...
up for the bird.
Get a feed! It's for McDonald's. Get a feed! I'm loving it, brother! Loving it. We're loving it like this. The role was, here's the role, burly man. So that's why I don't think I'll get it.
What do you mean?
Burly.
Burly? Like
Big
big and
and burly.
burly?
But for the audition tape, I felt he was like it. She had thought, yeah.
Just had off Ulster's Hall success, no man.
I'm on the Conor Ben dad. I'm 19 eggs before it. And then the one I auditioned for today was a Dublin accent. And I actually think, I said to the
That's
boys
it.
after, I said, I'm better at this accent than my own.
That's it.
Oh no, Jesus, how we doing, lads? No, it wasn't
Fuck's
that.
sake.
It was.
Don't think you're getting
No.
the
I
callback.
can't. I don't. I'll be embarrassed.
You're under
if I do.
pressure.
I'll be embarrassed if I do. But
Like,
it was
I
good. It
always
was good.
thought my Dublin accent was good, but see, the dubs, that's fucking terrible. That's brutal.
Yeah. But see the role, right? You know, there's silly bits saying they go, don't say anything. The character accent is South Dublin, and as if I'm going to go, all right, because I was nearly going to do a North Dublin accent there.
But they
I don't
are
fucking
different.
know. Oh, of course, but I don't know the difference.
Do you know now when you went
No.
in? So, like,
South Dublin would be like more middle class, would it?
yeah, so
Right.
it is like almost like an English accent, but not that
Oh, no.
accent like
Oh no, I went full McGregor.
Ah.
What's the story? I'll get it. I'm gonna get it.
Hopefully, touch wood.
We're gonna wrap up, but Whiskey and White comes out what day every week?
Wednesdays.
Wednesday.
So every Wednesday.
What are you gonna do for your next live one?
The next live one, we've got big aspirations. Where to come to fruition? I don't think they will, but we've got big ideas. So we need to sit down and get it all planned together.
I'll message Snoop again for you,
Yeah.
Jamie. Listen, the boys missed you last time, but will you tell me about what we have lunch now? Will you tell me? what
Yeah,
we're
I'll
gonna do?
tell you off camera.
Sweet.
And folks, don't forget to get on the website whiskeyandweight.com for the merchandise. My wee daughter drew it. So we'll put it on a t-shirt.
I was about to say, did you do that?
No, that was my daughter. Somebody tweeted. I was promoting it on Twitter. Says them R2 jumpers, because we've got hoodies and jumpers
Right.
and caps now. Says them jumpers are brilliant, but that white one, peace, complete peace. Weighs up my wee girl, Drew hit. I'm so sorry, mate. I'm gonna buy 2. He bought 2.
Do you know what? Do you know what I would hire your daughter to do with hindsight if we go back in time? Remember in school you had tea towels and you
Yeah.
drew yourself, and then it went. Do you know this?
Nah,
Your school do
I
this?
didn't do that in my school.
Right. Here's what they would do.
Everyone was round the back doing fuckets in my school.
You draw yourself. Then that goes onto a tea towel of everybody in the school. All the classrooms are split up, and
Right.
your own wee portraits on it. If your daughter was doing mine, I'd have been delighted.
Yeah.
I will try and find mine one week and bring it in.
If you can see it in the camera, right? So I would say that's me, that's Tyrone, but she didn't write whiskey and weight. Fucking, I think Tyrone drew it. He's like, I like the way the drawings kind of, like sketchy, so I'm just gonna like
Yes,
just kind of scribble it down. But
I like
it's
it.
going good.
I'd wear one of those.
Get on the website.
Tommy, cheers for coming on as always. Check out Whiskey and White. Genuinely one of the best. I know you were mentioning like you're still new to it. It's still probably a new
Yeah.
podcast. It's by far one of the best. It's excellent.
Oh, thanks very much, yeah.
I'm a listener as well as like a fan. You know.
So Shane, you probably.
Now it's only my episode I've heard,
But you know what? That's the leading. Well, no, Paddy's is number 1 a minute, but you're just creeping up. Do you know what? You overtook your beloved Jimmy Nesbitt.
hear that, Jimbo?
Matthew beat him the night. We're going for a few beers.
How you?
Genuinely.
Where at? Who's going?
I can't tell you. He says don't be saying the same. No, he's joking. But there's a thing on for Donate for Delhi with big dinner. So he's gone. So me and him's going down together
Where's
and
it
get him a
being?
lift down in the Devonish.
Did you get on a lift down?
Well,
How
grabbed
big's
him in
your
a
boot?
taxi. Listen, there's no room, Shane. You can't get in where you don't fit in.
Nah, Jimmy.
No. Mum
See
and
you
the
soon, mate.
Devonish.
Huh?
Come down there,
I'm gonna
Devonish,
see Elton
and
John,
get in
mate.
his ear. Oh, fuck.
It's Elton or Jimmy. Or Elton's Jimmy. Guys, see you next time. Cheers.